Welcome to the Saturday Update. I'm Nath Gardner. New South Wales authorities are bracing for a spike in COVID numbers, with warnings it could take weeks to get the situation under control. There are currently 28 cases linked to an outbreak in the Northern Beaches. A full list of venues linked to the cluster can be found on the New South Wales Health website. While contact tracers are working hard after an infected woman linked to the cluster travelled to Queensland. The woman went to various locations in Brisbane and on the Sunshine Coast. The Victorian government, meantime, is monitoring the outbreak, considering a total closure of the border with New South Wales if the situation worsens. The US Vice President has received his COVID-19 vaccine in a televised event aimed at boosting public confidence. Donald Trump won't receive the jab until it's recommended by the White House medical team. Mike Pence says he hopes to convince more people to step up.
You know, as the Christmas holiday approaches, this is always a season of hope. We gather here today at the end of a historic week to affirm to the American people that hope is on the way.
The stalemate between the European Union and the UK continues. The Union says just hours remain to strike a Brexit deal, with both sides demanding the other to compromise on trade. British PM Boris Johnson admits a deal is far from being reached.
There's a gap that needs to be bridged. The UK's done a lot, I think, to try and help, and we hope that our EU friends will see sense and come to the table with something themselves, because that's really where we are.
More than 300 schoolboys have been reunited with their families a week after they were kidnapped from their school in Nigeria. Sony has pulled one of the year's most anticipated games from its store and is offering refunds to PlayStation and Xbox players. It's in response to complaints about Cyberpunk 2077 being riddled with glitches and prone to crashes. And after Tom Cruise took aim at the MI7 crew for not socially distancing, the actor is being accused of not being COVID safe as well. The mask Tom is wearing and nearly all the pics from various Mission Impossible 7 sets is not recommended by the CDC. Turning to sport, at the Adelaide Test, India holds a 62-run lead over Australia after the visitors dominated with the ball, bowling the home side out for 191. At stumps last night, India on 1 for 9 in its second innings. Pat Cummins grabbing the wicket of opener Prithvi Shaw.
One of those days, glad to get a quick bowl at night and get that one wicket, but pink ball things happen quickly, don't they?
Thanks to Fox Sports there. In AFL, Kobe Farmer, son of former Demon Jeff Farmer, has accepted an offer to train with Melbourne over the pre-season. The 18-year-old will begin training in January. And rising NRL star Spencer Leniu has re-signed with the Penrith Panthers until the end of 2023. And that's the latest on the Nova Podcast news team. We'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.